Jen Marie. Hi, Dinky. Hello. Jen Marie, what are you up to today? Oh, thanks for the heartbeat. I'm actually fabulous. It's so funny because today I went to the gardening store and they had like a bunch of garden gummies behind the counter. And I was like, you know, these don't really work ever, but I want to try them because I think it's worth it, right? So I get one. Great. It worked. So I've been having a great day, actually. Went on a long walk, did a bunch of meditation stuff, read my book. Girl, it's been a great day. How are you? I just had a snack, right? Well, it's so funny when I when I like took it, I was like, either it works and that'll be great and it'll be fine, or it don't. And so I was like, as I felt it creeping on, I'm like, dude, it did. Da 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 da. All right, let's see. We have to get. Hello, Melissa. How are you? Jen, what have you been doing? I saw something about planting, but I haven't had a chance to actually sit and really look at it. Hi, Faith. How are you? Hi, Bree. I see you down there. I hope everyone's having a beautiful... I almost said Friday, but it's Thursday. Hi, Ken. Girl, how... Does it have to... Are you drying any, or is it all for the process? Jen, I'm gonna pull your card too before I squirrel forget. Da-na-na. Ooh, girl, it's good to see you. You been up to anything fun and exciting, or just working? All right, let's see. Jen, this is the heart card. Emotional awakening, intuition, and following your heart. I missed you guys too. I think I said that to Dinky or Ken today. I said, I've had private appointments the last 2 days, so I haven't come on live stream at all. And I was like, you know, I kind of miss all the peeps, and I've only been gone like 2 days. So I miss all of you guys. Your heart, instincts, and passions are the barometers to direct your actions, not your mind. By embodying this way of life, you are showing others that it is also safe for them to do so. There is a way to build a foundation and pursue your desires that allows for freedom. Living authentically, whether or not your choices and actions make sense to others, is an aspect of your soul's mission. The world that you create as your art form or piece of art, and you live and thrive outside the confines of convention. You help set people free from a limited or mundane life by your example, and you create a space for others to transform. Jen Marie, that was beautiful. That really lines up. Oh, Faith. Thanks for your 200 comments. You're so welcome, Jen Marie. I hope everyone's having a beautiful Thursday. Faith, it's good to see you again, my friend. I'm sending you all the love in the world. Melissa, I would be so scared to date at this point in time, so I give you all the credit. I really feel like the dating pool has C. diff in it, but that's just me. That's just me. It's probably my own bias too, a little bit, must say. So I hope everyone's having a beautiful Thursday. Tomorrow I am going to release the receiving video, I believe, as the podcast was my goal. So what we're going to talk about in that video is all about how receiving blocks build, what they look like, and how to work through them in order to... Hi, Shay. Thank you for lighting up the perfumes, Melissa. So that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow, and then some exercises on how to work on those receiving blocks. Saturday is the next time we're doing readings for peeps in the Patreon, and then the mediumship class coming up has 3 spots left if you are someone who would like one. It's $33 a spot, and it's live in the Discord on the 24th of May at 3 p.m. So not this weekend. Hold on, I need a calendar before I open mouth insert foot. Not this weekend, but next weekend. Bree, thanks for the finger hearts. Ba, 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 ba. Thank you guys for helping me light up the gift gallery. Hi, Beth. Oh, I hope everyone's had a beautiful... Girl, you're okay. I don't want you to drive off anywhere. It was funny, I on my walk this morning, I walked like up over this overpass, and I made the statement of like, you know, someone could just like have rolled down there and no one would ever know. No one would ever know. Oh, and movie night on Monday is Interstellar, and then it's also craft night. And I was going to ask people what if they had any opinions on a craft night theme. Otherwise, I'm probably going to just come up with one. It's been fun to do that lately. So feel free, come hang out with us during craft night. I really have to get back into painting. That was something I said I was going to do today, but did I do it? No. No, I didn't. Hi, Monica. Melissa, thanks for the crane. YouTheBomb.com. I appreciate you. You a super fan, though, so you didn't have to do that, but thank you. Da-da-da. So I hope everyone's having a beautiful Thursday. We're doing past life reads, any general read too. You want to do energy work, you want to see what your spirit guides have to say, you want to do a past life reading, I'm here for it. I've opened 3 slots, they're 22 a spot. And then the other thing I did open in the private booking link yesterday was mini mediumships instead of a full hour. So if that's something fuzzy you've ever been interested in, feel free to check it out. I know, right? It's so good to see you. Ooh, Bree, Dinky and I were talking about doing that for like plant pots. Like you can make like the little snakes and stuff that hang on plant pots. All right, Melissa, let's see what we got. Oh, and Ether Study Hall is next week if you're someone over in the Patreon. It's all about the clairs, how they work, what they may look like, and how to start utilizing them or strengthening them. Melissa, this is the Rider card. Movement, quick decisions, and progress. Right? They look so cute. Melissa. Hi, Rain. Alright, let me... Oh no, Monica. That's no bueno. Is it sinus stuff? Alright, Melissa, let's see. Hi, Buttercup. Hello, everybody. Oh, gosh. You are on the right path for your freedom. You only need to persevere and put in the work. Focus on what you love doing and don't let anything steer you away. Your fears are valid and relevant, but they do not hold power over you. What do you fear? Do not let it stop you. And what gives you anxiety? Recognize it, attack it, and do it. You are learning how to strategize, and you are beginning to understand where action and energy need to go to be self-sustaining. This energy is fast-paced and can't be slowed. Your spirit guide is saying that you need to practice meditating more often or clear distractions to create a stillness and space to hear them. You may be blocked by electronic devices or distractions and too much opposing energy that is getting in the way. You need to free yourself of toxins and poor particle waves interfering with spiritual messages. Let go of worry. You are strong and powerful. Melissa, that was fab. I also got your thing. Do I have permission to come on over there and visit, and I'll see what we can do? Hi, Lee. Oh, no. All right, let's see. Okay, let me get my thing. Melissa, have you been dealing with like lower back pain lately? Probably feels like it might be intermittent. Okay, Because that's like the very first thing. That's usually a lack of, is there like a fear of the future that's popped up lately? Like something seems uncertain or different. Different in a way of like wouldn't go as planned. Okay. What's really interesting is like the other thing too is I feel like a lot of old stuff has been coming up lately for you, especially around like childhood stuff, just like earlier in life experience. Get it, girl? Is it a job that like you are really actually interested in more than like a job, but like something you would actually like to do? Okay. I just get the impression that you would enjoy it. Have you been having like noticing like some communication breakdowns within certain people in certain situations? Like it seems hard for people to hear you or see your side of things in the way you see it. I really want to look at this back situation. Is there a fear, Melissa, that you've been holding on to lately? Like, is there something that you're fearful of that, like, has become more, like, something that's more prominent? Because it's really interesting where it's sitting on your back. Okay. It's like it's always been there, but it's like something that like I haven't, the way I would describe it is I haven't wanted to touch this, but now I'm gonna touch it and it's like inflamed. I don't know how else to describe it. For pretty much your whole life, has there been a feeling of like, sorry, they just told it to me and it just went, it flew away. Hold on a second. It's like there's a fear of expressing your true self or being seen for just who you are in your internal world. Does that make sense? Do you also struggle with like asking for help for things that you need though from other people, even if that's like emotional support? Like, has that been tough too, the knowing when to ask for help? Please stop. Have you been trying to feel more connected in lately too? Not only just yourself, but like in other facets, been like seeking more connection? because it feels like you're kind of in a position where you're starting to do more things for yourself and you're attempting to open up. The other thing too is I get the impression you've been having more signs and synchronicities that you've noticed. Is that true? And one of the things that seems to be important is like color. Okay, there's something to color too. So pay attention to like repeating colors that seem to come up all the time. Pay attention to that too, because there's something to that. And I just keep getting the impression of, I keep seeing yellow, some form of yellow. So just stay tuned for that. Do you struggle with feeling disconnected from your body? Well, so let me ask you a question. Do you have a question? Yeah, I think, I was going to say, I think if you want to, I would be more than happy to do some energy work with you and kind of move some things around and kind of resettle some stuff. But I'm wondering if you have a question. If you don't, it's totally okay. I just wanted to see if there was something in particular that you had questions about. Hi, Harley. As in like she's passed? Is she like passed on the other side and been getting like messages about it? Okay. Can I ask you a question? Did she spend a lot of time in the kitchen? Okay, so when you said that, I got like, sorry, when you said that, I got like this image of a woman with like, it's like an older style apron. It's kind of like, gives me the impression of like those aprons that were like kind of checkered, but then they had like frill on the side of it, if that makes sense. So when she hangs out with you because she was right there. And so, when I asked her, is there something that you're holding against yourself or like something you're struggling to forgive? She gives me the impression that there's something you need to forgive yourself for. And that like it's, you're like holding on to it as like a burden, like a cross to bear. Was she kind of, was she like very set in her ways and her belief systems when she was here? She's very like, she's very kind. She's just kind of a little, like she is happy to talk to me, but she doesn't quite know what to make of me for the most part. But first off, there's a lot of love for you. Like, I just want you to know that. Like, there's so much love that she has for you. She also, though, like, she really is bringing me back to the apologies and being able to let go of certain resentments that will help you move on. Does that make sense? Do you know what she's talking about? That was also really interesting. And she also just showed me like a red rose, like a really like deep red rose. Did she have a, oh, well, there's your, actually, you know what? There, I think, is your red connection, to be very honest with you. I'm wondering if it's her who's been sending those, those messages around. Did she have a heart condition? Because I'm like, what is going on up here? Like, what in the hell is happening? Because it's like very, I was going to say like, my chest is also like very like tight. Like makes me feel like a shortness of breath, and like my rib cage is kind of like falling in on itself is the best way I can say that. Also, can I ask you a question? Did she like become very like, I don't want to use the word, but like frail? Okay. Because she gives me the impression that like her body was not in the best of shape when she was making her, yep, she showed me she was in a facility of some kind. And it just wasn't, like she showed me like her, you could see her spine and stuff, like it just, and that seems to be the complete opposite of like who she was, right? Because she gives me the impression that she was someone who tried to do as many things as she could and was like the rock for a lot of things. And she really just liked to be able to, she gives me that like hyper independent feel. I would say that her, because she's also just showed me a cardinal when I asked her again. So I think she's sending you red. I think red is a connection to her more than anything. So I think all the red you've been seeing is that. And truthfully, the message that she has that came through is the need to start to figure out a way to work through the resentments that are holding you back from building, it seems like, long-lasting connections. And she gives me the impression it's something for you to forgive yourself for. She keeps like doing this thing where she's like clasping, like coming up behind and like doing that like clasping on the shoulder thing. And I think you felt that a couple times. So just know when you do, it's her. The last thing I'm going to say, because I want to do your energy work, is I think you're going to find a dime head up in a weird place in the next week if you haven't lately. It's a dime, but it's heads up, not tails. And I think you're going to get some kind of good information in the mail. That's the last piece of information she had to share, was I think you're going to get some kind of good info coming via the mail. So, whatever that may look like. Okay, do you want to do some energy work and help move some of that stuff from behind your back a little bit? And I think it will help like do the connection from here to neck, because I feel like that's where the disconnection is, and it makes sense because that's where you crack me up. That's where resentment holds itself too. So I'm not surprised, especially with that's what she came through to say. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I want you to imagine that I'm standing on the right hand side of you. I have one hand here over your chest and my other hand is directly parallel behind your back. Out of my hand is coming this really pretty, beautiful blue light. When I ask you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in with me, I would like you to imagine that you are pulling that same really pretty blue light from the bottom of your feet all the way up to the top of your head. So we're going to close our eyes. I want you to take a deep breath in with me through your nose. Hold it. And let it go. You're going to start to feel a large rush of energy from the bottom of your feet right up into your belly. Don't try to guide it, just let it go wherever it needs to go. Big rush of energy up into your throat. You might get a quick drop in your belly. Big rush of energy up your back. So what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that you have that really pretty blue light in the center of your chest. Every time you are taking a breath in, that light is getting bigger and bigger until it completely envelops you in a shield. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. And let it go. And then what I want you to do is come back to me and tell me how you feel. Oh, stuffy there for a second. The AI summary cracks me up. I love that. Make sure you stay up on your hydration. I'm going to pull you a talisman too before I let you go. Let's see. Hello. Melissa, which one would you like, left or right? Thanks for letting me come visit, Melissa. And your grandma saying hi was right. I was gonna say, I think your grandma knew she needed some things to come through. This is the navigation card. Let's see. It's time to tap into your innate navigation system and plan your trip. Determine where you are heading and imagine the final destination where you see yourself at peace. After all, even the best GPS wouldn't do you any good if you don't know the address. Determine where you are right now in life and clarify your vision and check what attitudes will help you along the way. Forming a new healthy habit doesn't come easily, but you can prevail with a strong will and determination. This card can also symbolize finding your calling and purpose in life. This is my goal, is the affirmation. Melissa, that was fab. Thanks for letting me come visit, my friend. And I also just want to share that your grandma is most definitely around for help if you're willing to ask her in the moment. Sounds like she comes to visit pretty often. Da-da-da. Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. Melissa, drive safe, my friend. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day today. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, I hope you find time to take time for you. What was I gonna say? Oh, so hi Rebecca. Hi Claire. Hello everybody. Saturday is our next day to do Patreon readings for Patreon peeps. I have 3 spots for the Mediumship class left on the 24th. If you are someone who would like to sign up for that, it is live in the Discord at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow I'm going to be dropping the, what's it called? The receiving video as the podcast. So we're going to talk a lot about blocks, what it's like to deal with receiving blocks, how to work through them, some exercises you can do in order to do that. I think it's going to be a free episode so everybody can access it as well. So it might not be a podcast episode, but it'll be an episode. I really think it's something that isn't talked about enough, and so I would like to bring it up as a conversation. So that's what's coming up for tomorrow. And then what else? Oh, today is the very last day to do the raise your vibration as an Ember or Healer Hearth member. It's going to go back to the Soul Sanctuary peeps tomorrow. So if you are someone who's been waiting to do the raise your vibration energy work in the Patreon, today is the last day for it to be available for anyone outside of Soul Sanctuary. So if you have been waiting to do that, feel free to go do it before it runs away again. Da-na-na. Tink, thanks for the heart me and the repost. Who do I have for super fans who want their card? I see a Monica and a Claire. I thought I saw Hunter for a minute. Oh, Tink, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't really feel like I'm special. I feel like, if anything, and you know what's funny? Right before Melissa's reading, I was having that thought of like, I am so grateful to Spirit for allowing me to do this and, you know, being able to do this day in and day out. Like, I'm so grateful for it. So freaking grateful. And to all of you who allow me to be a part of your journey. I haven't been on live because I've been doing a bunch of private stuff over the last couple of days. And that's been, I love doing sessions with people. We really get down into like the nitty gritty of things. And also with that, it's about building skills too at the same time as, you know, going through the reading. So it's super great. And then we've done a lot of classes this month, which is super fun. I love doing classes. So we did the past life one already. We did an energy one. That one's available on YouTube if you're someone who's interested. We did an energy basics class right here on TikTok, and I reposted it to the YouTube so you can check it out. And the mediumship development class is next Sunday. All right, let's see. Oh, thanks for the crane, Claire. All right, let's see. I'm going to go to Monica, and then I'm going to go to Claire. What's everybody up to today? Anything exciting? I know Jen Marie's in her garden state. It's still early for Claire. Monica, it's technically still early for you too, I think, just the other way. All right, let's see. What do we got? Ooh, Monica. All right, Monica, you got a choice. Left, right, or the middle. What you want? Hey, sometimes that's not a bad thing. I've been trying to let my days just flow more naturally without trying to plan too much. And while that's scary as someone who likes schedules, it's also been really fun. This is the Prudence card. Self-assurance, integrity, and clear-mindedness. I'm pretty sure this was the Daily Collective this morning over on the Patreon, I think. Oh, it's still out of order. I see that I did not fix that. Okay, my bad. You may have to spend some time in nature, healing, reflecting, meditating, and getting away from the surroundings or people who are limiting your growth. In order to grow and develop, you may need to spend time in solitude. That doesn't imply you have to eliminate people, places, or things completely until they cause an imbalance, which will do more harm than good. You can still walk beside others while also existing in your own reality. Keep in mind that your beliefs are yours and their beliefs are theirs, and you have every right to believe what you choose and to live your life as you see it. Develop your own beliefs and live in your reality and accept yourself completely. Everyone has the right to believe in and live out your own version of reality, and you may have people in your life who do not share your values or opinions, yet you can still coexist and walk hand in hand. Everything you see, learn, and believe is absolutely okay in your reality, and everything someone else knows and believes is perfectly acceptable in theirs. It's critical that you keep healthy boundaries. Others should not force their ideas, views, or perceptions on you, and you should not tell anybody else that their ideas, beliefs, or realities are untrue. Each of us has a world inside of us based on our experience, and only you know what that world is like. Your sole objective in this moment is to be yourself and all that you need to think about. Understand the distinction between sharing and forcing. Sharing ideas, opinions, and experiences is a form of energy exchange, not imposing them on others. You can ascend if you fully embrace your existence here and now and listen to your inner knowing without acting like the victim, bully, or a hero. That's been a popular one today, I must say. All right, let's see, Claire, what do we got? I hope everyone's having an absolutely beautiful Thursday. I have one reading spot left if you're someone who wants to do a past life, spirit guide, or energy stuff. There are 22 tall hairs, a spot. I also brought back Mediumship minis in the private booking link if you're someone who would like to do a smaller than an hour session. And then what else? Oh, if you're someone who is on the introverted side and you want a reading without having to do the whole conversation/video call, feel free to check out the reports because that is exactly why they're there. All right, Claire, let's see. Claire, this is the Cage card. Freedom, release, and reclaiming power. I already like this for you. Release and let go of the past. Make conscious actions to live your life from a place of love and joy. Trust what's coming and accept what is here for you now. This is your message of transformation. You may be experiencing a tower moment and that the universe is clearing away stagnant or past energy. You are being stripped bare from everyone and everything that does not serve the new you, and the time has come for your cleansing and release. It is time to leave any old energy behind that is not aligned with you. You may need to go through a cleansing process in order to cross over into this new life and new cycle. You're being encouraged to clear out your past and old vibrations, especially emotionally, and cleanse your frequency so that impressions of the past do not negate the abundance that is hurtling towards you. Everything arrives when you're ready. If opportunities arrive on your doorstep, the universe says that you are ready, even if you have yet to completely heal from the past, just as long as you are making strides towards it. That was fabulous. I really liked that one for you, Claire. Bum bum. Happy Thursday, everybody. Right? Sometimes they just hit. So our next live class is on, what's it called? Oh, May 24th. It's a mediumship development class. There's 3 spots left if you are someone who would like to be a part of it. If you are someone who is waiting for the spirit guide class to come back around, it will be back at the beginning of June. So stay tuned. That one is also capped at a certain amount of people just because of the amount of exercises that we do. One of the things I always promise in like my spirit guide classes or past life classes, any class where your guides or mentors are involved, is that everybody gets their own individual confirmation. So that is the reason that I limit the number of participants, just so that happens for everybody. So feel free to come hang out with us. There's 3 spots left. They are $33 a spot. We're going to go into all things mediumship. We're also going to talk about how do you cross unprocessed and process. How do you cross unprocessed souls, and how do you tell the difference between a crossed versus a, what's it called, an uncrossed soul. And then we're going to go over basic ways to connect up and in, and then we're going to do a little a mini treehouse revamp. Even for those who already have their treehouse, we're going to add some new tech. It's next Sunday. It's next Sunday. I think you went to the last spirit guide one. I think maybe. I'm going to be honest, Rebecca, I don't remember. I know Ken was there. Hi, JC. I know Ken came to that. I know Jen Marie did. I think Dinky was also there. The spirit guide class was a few months ago, and I remember that I didn't have enough spots for the people who were interested, so I promised I would bring it back again. It's about a 2-hour class. Probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's a good one. I like it. I'm a big fan. I think one of the exercises was I sent my spirit guide over to everybody, just so they could get their confirmations and stuff. This one we're going to do something like that, but we're going to also do it with your own guides. And the difference with this is some guides you have that come and go. Some guides you have with you all the time. Other guides come in for certain reasons, and so we're going to connect into those more permanent ones during this class. Aha, so then you did come. Hunter, do you want your card for the day? So I'm excited. I love teaching only because I love watching people get their confirmations. Girl, come hang out. It's a really fun class. I have a blast teaching it. It's going to be at the beginning of June. I'm not sure when, so stay tuned. I'll probably do another poll in the Discord, for people to pick which day would work better for them. JC, what are you up to, my friend? All right, Hunter, let's see. Hunter, do you have pizza today? This is the Ascension card, Hunter. Ooh, Monica, I see you. Transformation, end of cycle, and beginnings. I'm an itch. What you want, baby, I got it. You started the process of entirely reprogramming your thinking in order to materialize anything you desire. Welcome to your journey of self-transformation through love. Keep in mind that it has to come from your imagination, and consider you're already who you want to be. It can only manifest and incarnate in this time and place if you completely transform yourself. The imaginings that bring your senses into alignment with truth are the source of transformation. Allow yourself to live from the perspective, never allowing your mind to be dissuaded from what it desires. Forget about doubt in the how and claim it for yourself. Use it for manifesting everything and anything you desire, and live as though all you want is already your reality. You must completely surrender to the belief that your desire exists before it is manifested in the physical world. Your body is not who you truly are, so choose to invest in your imagination and live in the knowledge that you are inviting your heart to change your life. Thank you guys for the perfumes. I'm trying to go through the gift gallery and see how to make TikTok happy. Lately, that's been difficult. Thank you guys for doing those. I appreciate you. What's the next thing I need? Friendship necklaces. Where do we find those? Howdy, partner. All right, Monica, we're going to do a past life reading in just uno momento, por favor. once I find these freaking necklaces. Oh, the other thing I was going to say too is soul contracts is something that's come up a lot more frequently. I've even been referencing mine lately around some stuff. And if you're someone who's looking to get your soul contract done, they're in the private booking link, but it's also part of the packet you get when you join Soul Sanctuary over in the Patreon. So if you're someone who's really ready to kind of lock in and start doing the classes at your own pace, the meditations and more, feel free to check out Soul Sanctuary, because you get your soul design report within the first week of joining, which is a mix of your human design and your soul contracts. And it kind of explains how you're built and then why you're built the way you are. Hold on, sorry guys, I'm blinder than a bat trying to find what I'm looking for here. I know it is. Oh, that might be it. We're going to find out. No, I didn't realize that. We haven't watched. We have not. Thank you for lighting those up. We have not watched Toy Story. I'm going to add that to the poll. Thank you for lighting that up, Rebecca. I'm going to add that to the poll. Don't let me forget. I'm going to write it down here so I don't forget to put it on the movie night list. Okay, Monica, do I have permission to come on over and visit? Thanks for being patient. Now I just got hot stuff again. What the hell? Oh, girl. I appreciate you. Youthebomb.com. All I started hearing in my head was SpongeBob there for a second. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right, let's see. We should. I heard SpongeBob just came out with a new movie. Okay, let's see. What's really interesting, Monica, is like the very first thing that I noticed was a lion, a very prominent lion. The other thing too I am just going to say is you do feel congested, and then it also feels like you kind of got like that between the shoulder blades thing going on. Does that make sense? Like it just feels like you have pressure between your shoulder blades. Okay. So when I asked like where I was, the first thing like I heard very clear was Zimbabwe. And so what's really interesting is like I get the impression as I'm looking around that there's like dry spell and then like lush greenery that's like, and I don't know if that's season related or if there's just like different space for that to exist. But there's also a lot of animals that have already made themselves prevalent. So one is like, it kind of looks like a spider monkey, but I don't think it is because it doesn't have like the very cute face. It has more like the lower jaw's more pushed out kind of face. You're also a woman in this lifetime, and I feel like you're a part of some kind of community or tribe, so to speak, because you have on like a you have like a headband that's made of like some kind of dried leaves, and then also there's like a matching skirt. The thing I will say that is striking me as different is that you don't have any kind of nothing. But it feels very cultural, and like I'm told there's even hieroglyphs of it, like that there's like writings on caves and stuff depicting that. Is like the next thing I was shown. Like this is like there is some kind of connection to this culturally, spiritually, and it feels like it speaks to like feminine energy. I don't want to say divine feminine, honestly, but I want to say like this community seems to have a more connection to feminine energy, also more like matriarchal as a community. Oh, that makes sense. So I get like there is a lot of wildlife around this community, and prides of lions is one of them. I also, that's like, I don't know, an armadillo or an anteater or something that also seems to wander around pretty frequently. And the impression I get is that you are someone who is a part of your community that really focuses on working with like the environment and the land around your community. And what also is interesting is like I've seen you a couple times with like kids, like kind of like the small kids of the tribe, like you are teaching them things, teaching them how to treat like the earth and the environment in which you live in and how to respect it. What's really kind of interesting to me is I've seen you pick up a couple of like you seem to find things in this timeline that are like little trinkets or something. Because like I've seen you pick up like what looks like a little uncut ruby, and then something that looks like maybe an uncut emerald, but it's like you're finding them in weird places. So I wouldn't be surprised if you find like weird knickknacks even in this timeline too. But I see you always finding things and picking them up to like put in your collection. The first soul cycle that I am drawn to is just the overgiving, trying to help everybody but not taking time for yourself, because it just looks like you spend all of your time in service to other people, consistently helping other people, always being there for them. I get the impression too that there was some kind of healing modality that you used, because there are times where like you go out to people who are sick even in the middle of the night to help. And what's interesting is like I can't tell if you would be what they would call a shaman or something in this lifetime, but I also get the impression that you perform their ideology of like last rites as people are crossing over. I asked if you had seen this before, and what's really was interesting is like I just saw this very vivid image of like, I can't tell if it's two pyramids or two mountains, but it's like one's here and then the other one's like directly next to it a little higher up, and it looked like the northern lights behind it, like pinks and greens, and then like the moon is like really bright. I don't know if you've had a dream like that or if it's something that seems familiar, but when I asked specifically about this timeline, that's the image that I was drawn to. And what's interesting is it kind of looks like you move around this area that you're in, because sometimes you're in this real arid, dry place, and other times it's more like thick rainforest. There's a connection to being able to speak up and be yourself. And so I get the impression that there are some things that you kept in your own internal world in this lifetime because you felt it was too much, or it had been perceived as too much from other people. So if that's something you're still dealing with in this timeline, you might ask your guides to help bring you back to this one so you can see how to kind of pull that together, and work through that fear of being able to express your authentic self, because it won't it won't make anyone else feel small for you to be you. And you don't always have to put yourself in like second place. The other thing, Monica, that seems interesting is that it looks like there was infertility in this lifetime. And it also seems like there may have been a lot of loss. Like from a young age, like family loss, and then like loss of a partner early on in life. And I also feel like that was the only partner in this timeline. So Monica, before I leave, they're like bringing my attention to two things. One, the night sky has now come up again. So I feel like this connection is also of a galactic nature in some degree. Like I feel like there may have been experiences in this timeline that interlinked with that, as is happening in this one. It was just in a different, excuse me, in a different way. I also would strongly suggest that if you wanted to check out this timeline, just ask your guides to bring you there, like, at nighttime if you're trying to meditate or lucid dream, and just see what information that they may have for you, because I think there is some nuggets of information that will help you on the journey forward, especially into making connections. Because the last thing I want to say is I just noticed, like, I think there is a connection with a soul from that timeline currently into this timeline. And I think they would be more than happy to show it to you. Monica, that was pretty sweet. Thanks for letting me come look at your past lifetime. And I really do, like, I feel like there's someone that you have a relationship with in the current that you did have a relationship with then in some capacity. Sorry, it came out of nowhere, so I'm gonna blame you for it. It came out of nowhere. Oh my goodness. Monica, thank you for letting me come visit. Can I pull you a talisman? I'm shutting that window because now I'm stuffy. Hi, Yodi. Okay, let's see. This is the Divine Guidance card. I'm fabulous, Yodi. How are you? It's best to watch out for a sign before moving forward. You are ready to enjoy the fruits of your hard work, but don't decide to embrace any one aspect of your life just yet. Wait for some more information to emerge before making that choice. This card can also mean that it's best to use your intuition to make the final call rather than your rational mind. Try to read the signs carefully and trust your instincts, although it may be frustrating to wait. Proceeding when the time is right will be much more rewarding. I am patient is the affirmation for this talisman. Someone else got that, I think. Ooh, that sounds like a good day, I must say so. I feel like that was also a pattern of a card lately. Monica, thanks for letting me come visit, my friend. It's always an honor and a privilege. I hope everyone's having a beautiful Thursday. So, tomorrow a video about receiving wounds, receiving blocks, and some exercises to work through them is going to come out. That'll be over on the Patreon. If you're someone who's looking for the energy basics class that we did right here on TikTok, it's on YouTube if you want to check it out. And then the next live on Patreon is this Saturday to get more people energy work and their readings done. And then don't forget, if you're someone who's making the decision that you want to start really jumping into stuff, feel free to check out Soul Sanctuary. In the first week of joining, you get your soul design report, which is 7 pages of really good information. And on top of that, you get access to every meditation, every single class, every single energy work that there is. You also get access to the Raise Your Vibration Healing, which is currently available for everybody over there. It will tomorrow be back only for the Soul Sanctuary people, though. So if you are someone who has been waiting to if you were someone who has been waiting to do that healing, today is your last day to go and do it. If you were someone who is not a member of Soul Sanctuary. I really love that one. I've heard a lot of good things about people who have done it over the last couple of days. So thanks for letting me tag along in your journey. And then May 24th is the Mediumship Development class live in the Discord, so it's next Sunday, and I have 3 spots left for that class. If you were someone who would like to sign up, it is $33 a spot. Now I have that sugar song stuck in my head. What did everybody do today? Anything exciting? Yeah, the video, I think as long as the video decides to line up with the volume this week, it will be out at noontime tomorrow. But if it decides to act a fool again, it might be a little late. Sorry about that. And then also don't forget, Ember's $19.99 a month if you're someone who just wants to kind of dip your toe in and do the collective and be around for the live meditations and stuff. And you also get an energy work every month as well as a part of that. And it's on a 7-day free trial. So if you want to check it out, feel free. There is no commitment. Everybody's so quiet today. I was about to start singing. Everybody is kung fu fighting. It's fast as lightning. Is everybody hydrating today? Jen Marie, are you hydrating today with all that work you're doing? Good. That is a plus. Dylan, what's your question? Welcome back, JC. Jen Marie. Dylan, I don't need to do a reading on to tell you that. If you focus on doing the work to figure out what that pause is, or that paralysis as you call it, you'll be able to move through it versus letting it be in control. Does that make sense? Okay, that's bean water. We'll go with that. Bean water counts, as Ken would say. Hell yeah. Yep. That would be sweet, actually. I plan to do that. It just has to be in the right state for that, Rebecca. But then that would be great, because even as part of people's retreats and stuff, they can help tend the farm. That's really what the goal is. Like, for the sanctuary, I want it to be a place where, like, yes, we'll do energy work and we'll do ceremonies and rituals and place for people to learn and stuff. But I also want people to be able to come out and, like, connect with nature and connect with the animals that live there. And things like that. Like, I think people miss out on a lot of that too. So that would be sweet. And my ultimate goal too is that all the food that is served at the sanctuary is from the sanctuary. That is like farm to table goal right there. GC, thanks for the repost. Right, dude? That would be sweet. No, I'll only get the rotisserie chicken shop if Mike actually shows up one day. Yeah, Dylan, I will tell you that as someone who was diagnosed after 30 with ADHD, and then I was prescribed medication, I haven't been on ADHD medication now for 2 years. And it's something that I used to really rely on, especially emotionally and things like that. And I always used to think I was lazy, but it was actually just overwhelm. And when I started doing more work on why I hold those beliefs and then being able to be present and moving the energy in my body, I was able to help alleviate a ton of those like freezing symptoms. Are you sure about that, Jen Marie? Because I don't know. Like, I think someone's going to have to go pick him up or something. I just don't see him making it. I think he'll have car trouble. He'll get hit by a turkey or something. I don't know. I just see it being a problemo. It is almost dinner time, but don't get like that. Do. Is there anyone who would like an oracle card who hasn't had one today? I'd be more than happy to pull you one from the Angels of Light deck. And then don't forget, Ember's on a 7-day free trial if you're someone who wants to come check it out. And then if you're someone who's ready to like dive all in, feel free to check out Soul Sanctuary. Come up here. Don't lick my toe. All right, bye. Yeah, exactly, Rebecca, but we can't, that might be illegal in some places, so we'll have to do something. I also have been waiting for him to show up because I have questions about, JC, I'll just pull one for you, my friend. Have questions about all the new Dr. Peppers that came out as a Dr. Pepper hater. I'm curious if people like the new flavors. Hey. Excuse me. I'm going to highlight you. That's what I thought. All right, let's see. Rebecca, do you want a card? All right, Dylan, let's see. I'm going to do Dylan and JC. I keep seeing the strawberries and cream one and the toasted coconut one, but I hate Dr. Pepper, so I'm not even going to try it. Oh my gosh, that was chaotic. These are so small sometimes. They're hard to move. Dylan, this is Archangel Zadkiel. Archangel Zadkiel will help you find tolerance and forgiveness. He works on the violet ray of purification and transmutation, helping you to release lower vibrations and ascend to a higher way of being. Angel wisdom suggests that you visualize yourself in the violet flame and invoke Archangel Zadkiel to help you. Place your troubles and difficult relationships within the flame so that all negativity is transmuted. You are blessed to have drawn this card today, for it indicates that you are ready to walk on the path of light. JC, you're not, my friend. I'm pulling cards for people who wanted one right now. I just asked. So thank you, but I would like to pull you one. Da-da-da. Of course you can. All right, let's see. Okay, that's fair. The new freaking Olipop, though. Can we all talk about that real quick? The raspberry sherbet Olipop. Chef's fucking kiss, dude. It tastes just like raspberry sherbet. Just like it. It's so good. It's sick how good it is, honestly. All right, but I also know that that's an acquired taste for people. All right, Yodi, let's see. Yodi, this is the imagination card. Thoughts are the building bricks of life, for everything begins with a thought. Add creativity to thoughts and you have imagination. Every castle starts as a castle in the air, and this image is then grounded by architects and builders. The angels are inviting you to use the power of your creative imagination to expand your horizons and picture the life that you want. When you hold the vision, the angels see the clarity of your intention and open doors to help you. The angel wisdom guides you to decide your desired outcomes and be certain that you have the purest of intentions. Then imagine your dreams and start the process of creation. Rebecca, my favorite Olipop has got to be the blackberry sherbet. Then it goes grape, and then tropical punch, and then apple. There are some I find disgusting, but those are my top, like, I have all three of those. Not the apple one, but the other one's in the fridge at the moment. They're super good. You're welcome. All right, JC, let's see. And they're only 30 calories a pop. But they are prebiotic, and they do have a ton of fiber in them. So if you're someone who doesn't have a ton of fiber, you may get some belly pain for the first one. Definitely don't drink 2 in a day if you're just new to drinking them. Can confirm. All right, let's see. JC, what do we got? JC, this is Archangel Raphael. You are blessed to attract this angel card, for Archangel Raphael brings health, healing, and abundance. He will help you to develop your intuition and inner vision. Call on him if you need help in these areas now. He also protects travelers during journeys, so this is a fortuitous card if you are about to travel. If you are a healer or wish to be one, Archangel Raphael will direct pure divine energy to you. He works on the green ray of healing and balance, so visualize yourself surrounded by a clear green light and invoke his guidance. JC, that was fabulous. Rebecca, did you want one? I hope everyone's having a beautiful Thursday. You are so welcome, my friend. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope everyone's having a beautiful Thursday. Tomorrow, the receiving video is going to... That's fair, Rebecca. That's fair. I will tell you, the first night that I started drinking them again, I totally did have some belly pain going on. Yeah, it was fine after a couple hours, and then it didn't happen again. But the first one, after I hadn't had them in a while, ouchie. You got it, Shay. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Shay, this is the communication card. The angels remind you that being spiritual is about being genuine and honest. When you speak from the heart, others feel the resonance of truth and trust you. Talk positively and focus on the good in life, and you'll feel happier and healthier. Communication is a two-way process. Listen with interest and respond openly. This will improve all relationships. Communicate constantly with Source using prayer, which is asking, and meditation, which is listening. Always keep channels of communication open and be a bridge to others' hearts and minds. Ask your angel to step into your aura and communicate in a higher way through you. Highway. That was difficult. Goodness. Shay, that was fabulous. All right, Rebecca, let's see. So the receiving video comes out tomorrow. It'll be for everybody for free on Patreon. I feel like it's a topic we don't talk about enough. Everybody has gifts. Everybody can do mediumship. Everybody can do energy work. People feel cut off and blocked because they have receiving wounds. They have receiving restrictions. And having those will make you cut off and disconnected. So you can open your third eye all you want, but if the channel is completely blocked up to here, it doesn't matter if your third eyeball is open or not. So the whole episode tomorrow is going to be talking about what are receiving wounds, what do they look like, how do they show up for us, and what are some exercises we can do to actively work through them. And a lot of people are going to probably feel really uncomfortable with some of those, but that's accepting help, learning to ask for help. If someone tries to, give you a random blessing out of nowhere, not self-sabotaging it, starting to believe that there is support for you and that you are someone who can support yourself. So there's a lot of stuff we're going to cover in that tomorrow. And I know people have been waiting for it, and tomorrow is the day. All right, Rebecca, let's see. I see a theme today. Rebecca, this is Archangel Michael. When you are blessed with this angel card, you are guided to invoke Archangel Michael to help protect and strengthen you. He will increase your ability to deal with problems, so ask him to cut with his sword any emotional cords which bind you to people, stuck situations, or past memories. Then ask him to fill you with strength and love. He will shield you from the destructive thoughts, emotions, and actions of others. Archangel Michael works on the blue ray, giving strength and courage. Call for his help and visualize yourself wearing a deep blue cloak, securely fastened. This will place you under his protection. He is the master of all angels, a great warrior spirit. Within his light, you will feel more secure, have more confidence, energy, and power. The affirmation is, I am strong and protected by Archangel Michael. Rebecca, fabulous. Is there anyone else who wanted an oracle card who hasn't had one yet today? There are 3 spots left for the mediumship development class. If you are someone who would like to sign up for it, please feel free. It's on the 24th of May. If you're someone who's looking to start diving into learning mediumship, learning energy work, learning how to work through shadow work, things like that, feel free to check out Soul Sanctuary within the Patreon. You get a 7-page report when you first join in the first week, all about how you're built and why you're built that way. And then you get access to everything within the Patreon, from 20 guided meditations to over 15 different classes, from mediumship, energy work, even energy work with animals and more. So feel free, come check it out, come hang out. We do a guided meditation every other week. Thanks for lighting up the donuts. And we also have a container with Archangel Michael coming up this month. So if you are someone who is in there, we'll do that. And we've also done a container with Archangel Mary, and that recording is also in there as well. There is a ton of energy work over there, just so much stuff. So if you're someone who's looking to take a dive on in, feel free to come check it out. Jen, you're a rock star. I appreciate you. Now what? Howdy, partner. Can I find it? Can we fix it? Yes, we can. Why is this so difficult? Sorry guys. Pause as I struggle to find what I'm looking for. Got it. See, you just have to announce that you're struggling and it'll magically make its appearance. You know what? I'm feeling frisky. So I'm probably going to be on for, I don't know, the next 20 minutes or so. And I feel like I'm going to open another spot. So if there is someone who is like, I want a past life or spirit guide, whatever, we'll have it open for the next like 20 minutes. Has anyone done anything cool this week? I've had some pretty cool meditations this week, can confirm. I've gotten some pretty cool information too. I have been working on paying more attention as soon as a cord forms. That's something I've been paying much more attention to try to just be more cognizant of who is in my space. So that's also been fun. I thought I just... Dinky, you're not shaking your maracas by chance, are you? She likes to pin people, Jen Marie. That's her thing. She likes to pin people. She's the pinning queen. Yes, Thomas came home a couple hours later that night. He looks like he was rode hard and put away wet, but he made it home. He's been home since, actually. He has been home since. Claire, are you still in here with me? I don't know if you guys have these over in Australia, but I know Cerberus likes his salmon, and these are some really cool salmon treats. But now that I think of it, you probably can't probably can't get them over there. I want to send you a box one day, Claire. I thought about that the other day. I would like to send you a box one day. I actually looked up shipping rates to Australia the other day. They're not too bad, but they do seem a little expensive. But I mean, that everything in the United States is expensive these days. So, and you're kind of shipping it across the world. So I guess I'll piss Jen for the gas. You know, I guess. Oh, you're too cute. I would be so mad if it got lost in translation, though. Can you imagine that, like, 3-day trip? Sorry, we lost your package. Be smacking somebody. Oh, I'd be smacking. Is there anyone who didn't get an oracle card yet? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm just kidding. But I'd be happy to pull you one if you would like one. And then the mediumship class is the next live class that's coming up. And there's 3 spots left if you are someone who would like to come hang out with us for that. And then don't forget the Patreon has Ember on a 7-day free trial if you're someone who would like to come hang out and see what it's all about. Hi, Gingy, how are you? Now I got a weird song in my head. Check it out now. The funk soul brother. Check it out now. Do 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 do. You know, Gingy, I've heard that from quite a lot of people, to be very honest with you. I'm blaming you, Claire. I've heard that from a lot of people. I know it's been a weird communication week. That's for sure. That's the only thing I can say I've experienced. Oh, right. I haven't seen that movie in forever. I'm going to add Toy Story to the list. I won't forget. Don't forget, Craft Night is also this coming Tuesday. Craft Night. Party time. Excellent. Jen Marie, you still working on your Tree of Life? I can't wait to see it when it's done. There's a company on here that does, you send them your favorite picture of your pet and then they send you back a paint by number for the picture. I think I want to do one of those one day. I think that would be so cool. And I know the exact picture that I want to paint too. I know the exact one. Right? I think that's the coolest thing. I do want to do a diamond art. I love the big ones too, Jen Marie. I really want to get the diamond art over here framed really bad. One day I'll bring it to like a Michael's or something and find a way to get it framed. Don't forget to seal it when it's done with Mod Podge. That way you don't lose any diamond dots. Right, I get that. See, I like the little intricate stuff. I don't know. It's a... Here, I'm going to just... Hi, hold on. It's however big that is. Don't mind my towel or my janky light setup. But it's however big that is. But definitely my favorite diamond art that I've ever done in my life. And it took me probably 2 weeks to do that. Oh, I love it. I love diamond art. The Diamond Art Club is a dangerous place to go hang out, I must say. It's so fun. And I know some people really don't like it because it's meticulous, but I would rather do diamond art than ever do a puzzle. So I think it just depends on how your brain is wired. I think it just depends. That was a Diamond Art Club one. I got it from the Hobby Lobs. I did it a couple years ago. I get that. I used to, when I do diamond art, I always have something going on in the background, like an audio book or something, so that my brain is multitasking at the same time, so it feels like I'm doing more. Right? I can I do the same way. I think I watched multiple seasons of The Good Wife when I was doing that a diamond art painting. See, I hate puzzles. You guys, I give you guys all the credit because, like, I hate puzzles. No, you couldn't pay me. And I know that you can, like, seal them and, like, hang it up, but trying to do a puzzle frustrates me. And then those puzzle competitions, I don't know how people do that, but I give them all the credit in the world because couldn't be me. Could not. It's like chess champions. Couldn't be me either. It's a good thought, though. Do-do-do. Tomorrow, the receiving video comes out on Patreon. Dink. Yep. I would be like, you know what? This is going to go right here because I said so. I just know I would have a table of unfinished puzzle if I ever tried to do one. So the receiving video comes out tomorrow on the Patreon. And then, let's see, Saturday is the next live stream for people's readings and energy work. I have one reading spot left in this live stream if you're someone who would like it. Whether you want to do spirit guide messages, energy work, or a past life reading, it's 22 doll hairs a spot. There's 3 spots left for the mediumship development class on the 24th of May if you would like to come hang out for that. What else? Oh, and then there's private booking stuff available. So whether you want to do private teaching stuff, whether you want to do some shadow alchemy sessions, whatever it may be, feel free to check out the private booking link. I've been doing a lot of private sessions this week and it's been a blast. So thank you to all of those peeps who have been making me a part of their journey. You guys are the bomb.com and you help me do what I love to do every single day. And that is helping you guys be the best version of yourself and making that genuine connection. So thank you for allowing me to do that. Is there anyone who hasn't had an oracle card yet who would like one? And then also I do have a question. Well, it's more of a suggestion. So I have been making myself read more books for fun. Instead of like let me learn books, I've been making myself read more fun books. And so the fun book that I'm almost done with now is this one. I have a little bit left. And so I'm wondering if there is any books, fun books, like fiction books, whatever it may be, that you guys would like to recommend that you think is like just... it like holds your attention. I also am, I'm a sucker for big books. I just want to put that out there. I love big books and I cannot lie. So if it's a huge book, even better, frankly. Whatever you got as recommendations, I'm ready to hear it. See, this is only my second book by Stephen King, which is funny. I used to live down the street from the Stephen King house, but the only books that I've ever read by him is Fairy Tale, and then the first book that I read by him was Bag of Bones. And I gotta say, I really am liking Fairy Tale. I don't know the end yet, so don't spoil it. He's in the dungeon right now, but it's super fun. All right, let's see, Arlie, what do we got? Do-do-do. I do have to catch up on the Sarah J. Maas reread because the books are coming out in the fall. Arlie, this is the Patience card. Trust the higher forces of life to know what is best for you, and remember that when you're asked to wait, you are being prepared for something even better than you expected. So change your attitude to one of acceptance, relax, and take stock. Ask your angel to enfold you during this waiting period so that you can listen to the promptings of the divine. Do not rush off on some wild goose chase of your lower will. When the time is right and you are ready and refreshed, the next door will open. Patience is always rewarded. Oh, okay, that sounds interesting. I used to like the Johnny Depp movie. It was Secret Window. I really liked that movie. Big time. Is anyone else preparing for the Court of Thorns and Roses release? I just reread the first book. I gotta go back and do the other ones because I want it fresh in my brain when it comes out. Hi Stacy, how are you? You're welcome, Arlie. Thanks for the heart me. So the receiving video comes out for Patreon peeps tomorrow. Even if you're a free peep, you'll have access to it. I have one reading spot left in this live stream. If you are someone who would like to do spirit guide messages, energy work, or past life reading, they're $22 hairs. I would be more than happy to do it with you. And then also don't forget, if you're someone who's really looking to start learning at your own pace, feel free to check out Soul Sanctuary over on the Patreon. There is access to so many things over there, energy stuff, mediumship stuff, and more. All the shadow work stuff, to really start building up your foundation, to start doing the work, to fall in love with yourself, and then in turn make it easier for you to connect up. So feel free to come hang out with us. We're almost at 100 people over on the Patreon, which is super cool. Super cool. Hi Leah, how are you? What's everybody having for dinner? I'll tell you what we're having. We're having turkey, zucchini and squash, and asparagus. That's what's for dinner. Oh girl, you've been working a lot? Ooh, that doesn't sound bad. What kind of pizza? Claire. Claire, I'm down for whatever you want to do, my friend. I'm here. I'm here. And the other thing I want to say too real quick is, if you're someone who has always been curious about, like, you have that question of what is my purpose? Why does this cycle keep repeating? Feel free to check out the soul contracts. I have a blast doing soul contracts for people. It's part of the packet you get when you join Soul Sanctuary, and it has helped not only me, but I know it's helped quite a lot of people get a better understanding of, oh, this is why this is happening, and here are some ways to work through it to make it more manageable versus feeling like you're hitting a brick wall. So if you also want to just check out the soul contracts independently, they are available in the private booking link. Leah, thanks for the crane, my friend. Let me pull your card real quick. I look like a watermelon lollipop. Dink, I told you. I look like a watermelon. All right. Claire. All right, Leah, let's see. And then Claire, I'm coming on over. Leah, this is the Archangel Michael card. When you are blessed with the angel card, you are guided to invoke Archangel Michael to help protect and strengthen you. He will increase your ability to deal with problems, so ask him to cut with his sword any emotional cords which bind you to people, stuck situations, or past memories, and then ask him to fill you with strength and love. He will shield you from the destructive thoughts, emotions, and actions of others. Archangel Michael works on the blue ray, giving strength and courage. Call for his help and visualize yourself wearing a deep blue cloak securely fastened. This will place you under his protection. He is the master of all angels and a great warrior spirit. Within his light, you will feel more secure and have more confidence, energy, and power. Leah, that was beautiful. All right, Claire, I'm coming over. Leah, thank you for letting me pull it for you, my friend. I'm sending you a big energetic hug, too. All right, Claire, let's see. Okay. The first thing, since we did our shadow alchemy session, I hear that you've put in a lot of work. Does that make sense? They also give me the impression there's a couple things that um, you were able to like acknowledge and start moving through, especially like it feels like things you were holding against yourself. Does that make sense? Something about a lack of, like, was there a concern out of lack that you've been able to have a different perspective on now? Does that make sense? Yeah. Because they're like, I also think, Claire, that you're on like and I think you feel it, that you're on like the verge of walking through this threshold into like a breakthrough for you, because it feels like you're in a stage where you're finally taking those reins back. And so they just keep showing me like your energetic outline, and then there's an open doorway with all this pretty like pink and orange and yellow light like coming through it, and you're just slowly making your way to walking through that doorway with confidence. Because I also feel like there's been a big shift too in the fear of being perceived. Does that make sense? Because they're giving me the impression that like you are seeming more like brighter, and that you're willingly expressing that versus dimming it down to make other people comfortable. Because I get the impression it's like, well, I'm ready to shine, I'm gonna shine anyway. And like your light may stir up bats and stuff, but that's not your problem. Does that make sense? Because like light creates shadow and it illuminates darkness. So the reactions that we have for doing that are actually just a regular part of the cycle. I also get the impression that you've been working on building more of a relationship with your guides that's around like an all-encompassing friendship of support. And like you're leaning more into trusting them with that. Because they give me the impression that there was like a hesitation for a while. And like now it's like you're really starting to lean into that space of allowing them to just be your friend. They also tell me that you've been making more like confident decisions for yourself on your discernment and intuition. Does that make sense for you too? It feels like this is also something that has changed recently. Also, have you started getting to visit new places because you've been asking them to take you for meditation? Because the impression he's giving me is that you were like driving the bus all the time, but now you're letting him like show you things. There's also, it feels like there's some relief in finally being able to express yourself. Like I get the impression that you've been being able to express yourself more, and you've been more forthcoming about your internal world lately than ever before. And like, there's a lot of joy and freedom in that. So keep following like what sets your heart on fire, because I get the impression that you've been feeling more excited lately than you have in a long time. And keep chasing that excitement. Because that is where you're going to find the purpose that he tells me you're so desperately looking for. Does that make sense? It's time for you to like finally be free and like let your hair down and dance and just move in whatever way works for you without fear of judgment or having to be somebody else for someone else. It's like the era of I just need to be me for me, and everything else will fall into place in doing that. And he's given me like, don't put too much burden or like responsibility on yourself, because it's like you've been taking it day by day, and keep doing that. Like, don't try to rush things or like get somewhere faster. Just keep taking it day by day, because that's in turn helping you learn how to be in the present moment, which I get the impression you're doing a lot better at, of being in the moment. And it's a real freeing feeling when you can finally just be present. The other thing, Claire, is I think you've been getting some signs and synchronicities through music. Does that make sense? Everything seems to go on a 7-year cycle, I gotta tell you. That is one of those numbers that repeats, especially with soul contracts. Things go on a 7-year. Claire, it's like about learning to look forward and not look back. And he says you've been doing that quite a lot. Like being able to just focus on the present and not so much get pulled back into looking at the past. So go you on that regard. I think the next step, Claire, and feel free to ask for their help with this, is working through some earlier childhood stuff that still has some like weight to bear. And they would be more than happy to help you, kind of how we did in the session, right? We learn how to grab onto it and how to move it and acknowledge it and work through it and release it. And so there would be more than happy to help you build on that, right? If you just are willing to ask them for that help. Which I get the impression you're much more confident in being able to ask for help than you have been. You know what's funny is like, I know you're on the cusp of a breakthrough, because like one of the last things that they just left me with was like this really intricate gold door knocker, and it's like just right on the cusp of that. Well, there you go. I think it would be the perfect time to sit with that, because it feels like they've been waiting for it. Is it okay if I pull you a talisman, Claire? I think it definitely is. When we're ready to hold that energy is when the time will come. All right, let's see. This is the happiness card, Claire. It's time to appreciate life with a bright and positive outlook. We all go through difficulties, but when the waters are finally still, we can fill our hearts with gratitude and radiate the joy from what we have accomplished. Cherish every moment and shine brightly. The flower in the center of this card is soaking up the abundant positive energy from the two suns and forms nourishing and delightful seeds. Practicing mindfulness and inner gratitude can open a new world for you, full of compassion, love, clarity, and joy. Radiate your energy and share your gift with others, and receiving people's help can bring you as much happiness as helping others. Don't be surprised if your joy becomes contagious. I am grateful for life is the affirmation, Claire. Well, man, that fits in really well, don't it? That fit in perfect. Claire, I'm sending you such a big hug, my friend. Thank you for allowing me in your energy and truthfully for allowing me to be a part of your journey. You are so welcome. I hope you know that, in the time that I've known you, I've seen you grow exponentially. And so I hope you give yourself credit for that. I've really seen you like step into yourself and just be so proud of who you are at a fundamental soul level. And I think that's a really cool experience. So thank you for letting me be a part of it. It is an honor and a privilege. Girl, you're so welcome. So I hope everyone's having an absolutely beautiful Thursday. I know I haven't been on a ton this week. I've done a lot of private sessions. So thank you if you are some of the private session peeps who have hung out with me. Done like a lot of shadow alchemy stuff in the last few weeks as well, and I absolutely love doing that. It's really a space where we just get to sit and be present with each other and work together to really sift through your energy field and how to start learning what's there and why it exists, and how to work through it. That's been super fun. And then a lot of teaching stuff has been super cool too, just to see people get their confirmations and things like that. It really brings me so much joy. So thank you guys for letting me be a part of your journey. It's so fun. I think shadow alchemy sessions are probably one of the favorite things that I do with people. I just love being able, but I can have fun, to be just present and cognizant in the moment and really help people get an understanding of some of the things that they experience and the patterns they go through, and really getting rid of the shame and guilt around a lot of those things. You are not your experiences, and being able to release that really does quite a lot for your auric field, I must say. Oh, all right, friends. It's a little past Jack's dinner time. I know he is already protested a little. So, tomorrow is the receiving video that's going to come out on the podcast. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you're 3 hours behind. I always think it's 4 for some reason. So the receiving video will come out on the Patreon tomorrow. If you're looking for soul contracts, if you're looking for, private sessions, feel free to check out the private booking link. Feel free to come learn and hang out with us in the Patreon as well. And we have a Discord community where we ask questions and we watch movies together. We do craft night. We spend a lot of time just lifting each other up and being a part of a community of like-minded people. So come hang out with us. The Discord link is also in my bio. Spooky Ma, thanks for the follow. Claire, I'm sending so much love to you, my friend. Thanks for letting me hang out with you. So I will see some of you guys tomorrow. We'll come hang out. Maybe we'll do some more mediumship stuff. We haven't done that in a couple. We did some mediumship today, but not a ton. And then don't forget, if you would like to be a part of the mediumship class, it is coming up on the 24th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And there are 3